Hey everyone, it's Mara Allard, and I want to talk about something today that I've been working on for a long time, and I've made great strides, but there's still more room to do and more work to do. And I feel it's really in the United States a problem, and it is not resting, not putting time for yourself, putting yourself last, putting work or putting anything that ties your worthiness ahead of you. And yesterday, I had the privilege to be on a tarot reader and psychic show. His name is Nate, Nathe, of Third Wish. So if you want to watch it, head over to Nate's channel on YouTube. He has a huge following, over 30,000 followers. It's Nate, Nathe, at Third Wish. He is a wonderful person to get a reading from if you're ever curious. I had him read for me for years, and every once in a while he still reads for me. He just has a very beautiful gift. So he has been so kind to have me on his show, I think 3 times. And the first time I had no idea what impact it would have on me. And so I never blocked my calendar. And so after that show, I woke up to having like 50 appointments in like 5 days, where I had to work all day and then meet on Zoom for all these people and then do this work, and it was a lot. Could I do it? Yes. Was energy work, doing that much energy work in that short period of time, probably best for me? No. But I'm no stranger to that. I mean, I worked 90 hours a week, 7 days a week for a very, very long time. So, and I've worked since I was 14. For working to me was what you were supposed to. Working hard, really, really hard, was what was going to be success. I mean, my father's message to me growing up is you just need to work really hard and you'll be okay. And so I did. And I was okay. And I'm not saying that hard work isn't necessary. It absolutely is necessary. But when it becomes beyond your regular amount of work and you keep taking it more and more and more on because A, you don't believe anyone can help you or do it better, or B, it brings you some sort of joy or reward or feeling of accomplishment or worthiness that you're not getting from within. You're seeking something outside of you to say you're worthy or good. And so the second time I did the show, I blocked a little time. The third time was yesterday, and I knew his fan base had grown exponentially, which I'm so happy for him. And so I blocked off some time each week. That being said, I still have an insane amount of appointments, but that's beautiful, and I am grateful for that. And this isn't to say I don't want that. I do want a business that thrives and is well, but business with balance. That's what I want to talk about. I want balance. And so I don't know if you watched the show, or any of you watched the show, The Pit. There was 2 examples recently on that show of somebody that honors their boundaries and someone who doesn't believe the hospital. Noah Wiley, who wrote the Pit and stars in The Pit, doesn't believe he can leave this hospital to go on vacation because it will not be able to thrive without him. And he has every excuse why he has to keep staying. He has to give this diagnosis to somebody. He has to be the person that saves everybody. He has to be the hero. If he does all this, he'll be the hero and he won't have to look at himself or spend time with himself. He wants to go on this 3-month vacation on his motorcycle, yet he keeps denying it because he doesn't believe he is either worthy or doesn't want to spend the time with himself. Another character on that show is an intern or a doctor, young doctor. And when they had this really crazy day, and when the end of the day came, everybody else was staying in the ER to like help out, whatever. And she was like, my shift ended, and left. Who does that? She did it. She was like, the shift ended. I'm done. I'm not staying for 12 more hours or 5 more hours or even an hour more. I'm done. My job is done. My youngest son does this beautifully. He's like, I get paid 9 to 5, and that's when I work. I will give you my all 9 to 5. If there's an emergency or something, sure, but I am not going to be on call after 5 o'clock or on weekends. I was always on call as a realtor, but even when Blackberries first came in and people could reach you by phone, When I did administrative work, I was always on call because I got my worth from there. So I asked to pull cards around this and a charm. And so the charm I got was the lotus flower. Lotuses bloom in mud. And mud is, what do we think of mud? Ick. Beauty blooming among surroundings that are less than optimal. Can you let yourself say no? Can you let yourself bloom? Can you go against the grain of society that working is all you need to do to be happy, successful? The other card I got was the Strength card. I love this depiction. When the Strength card shows up in your reading, you are being asked to face something that may frighten you, but you have what it takes to overcome any odds. Does it frighten you to leave work at a certain time? Does it frighten you to turn off your phone and say, I'm not available to Monday, or your email? To put out an office message, to be unavailable, to be unreachable. Does it frighten you to say, if you're even self-employed like me, it'll be 2 weeks till I get that to you? Even when you know you could deliver it that day, but you have to work, you had other plans. I used to be the queen of putting myself on the calendar and moving my own, like this is Mara's day, and just move it and move it and move it. I would say I did that every week for years. This is my time. No, it's not. Somebody else needs it. Somebody else is taking my precious time. We allow others to override ourselves sometimes. I feel the younger generation has gotten better at this than my generation and the generations before me. But if somebody wants my time, my husband still to this day will say, hey, I thought we were going out. And I'm like, oh, one last thing. It's very hard sometimes when people say they need you or want you to say, I'll get back to you. I may have said this before, but I'll say this again. I met a woman years ago. We were in a workshop together. She taught me a beautiful, valuable lesson. And I share this lesson with many people because up until that moment, I didn't even believe this was an option. I wanted to pair up with her. We were in a workshop and we had to pick a partner. And I picked her, or I wanted to pick her. And I said, would you be my partner? And she said, I'll let you know in 48 hours. And I was like, what? Aren't you just going to say yes or no? And she's like, I got sick with Lyme's disease a few years ago. And my body I had to learn to take care of me. I couldn't go to work. I couldn't make dinner. I couldn't do anything, she said. I had to spend a lot of time just taking care of me. And she said, I got sick because I never took care of I took care of everybody else. So now I give myself permission to sit on something for 48 hours before I answer. I love that. And I think I probably shared that before. But it's worth repeating when it comes to what you do with your free time. Do you work through it? Do you deprive yourself of it? The more that this world gets crazy, the more important it is to protect our energy. I gave my energy away to everybody and everything. I didn't even really knew I had my own energy back in the day. The more we start loving our own life and don't focus on the craziness of what's going on, we can be aware of it, but we can't focus on it. It's all right to be aware and to know what's going on, but you can't give your energy to it. You have to give your energy to yourself. This isn't saying that you don't go to work, that you don't do the things you need to do. This is instead saying, where do you fit into the equation? Where do you fit into the equation of your day, of your week, of your year? You matter. Your energy matters. What you do with your time matters. So, be the lotus that starts blooming in a situation where you don't think you can. Where can you find more time and bloom in that beautiful, I have this toxic work environment. Can I be the lotus and bloom and say, I'm sorry, I'm not available? And hold to it. Where do you find the strength to go against something that you've been doing all your life or for a very long period of your life, where you believe your peers, you were judged by your peers or society or your family? Where do you find the strength to bloom in the mud, to go against the grain? Have a great Friday.